Hi, I'm Scott Stein, and believe me, I wanted to like the 13-inch MacBook Pro. I really did. In fact, I owned the very first 2008 MacBook in the unibody aluminum design, and it has been a very successful, very portable, and frequently in the past, powerhouse-type product. Unfortunately, in the 2012 iterations, it's kind of the MacBook in the middle, where you got that 15-inch Retina display MacBook Pro, you got the cool MacBook Air, and then you have this model. Now, at $1199, it's the same price as last year for the entry configuration, which gets you a new third-generation Core i5 processor, which is the Intel Ivy Bridge chipset. You also get a 500 gigabyte hard drive, 4 gigs of RAM. And you also get USB 3 ports as opposed to USB 2. What else do you get? That's kind of it. The design is the same. The battery life is still great at 7 hours, but the rest of the feature set is kind of locked in. You have an optical drive. You know, who is this for? If it's for a pro user, well, the problem is that this 13-inch screen still has a 1280 by 800 display. That's kind of like a 1366 by 768 if it were a 16 by 9 screen. But hey, you've got a Retina display option now, or you've got higher res displays on other laptops. This is called a Pro. You're also lacking discrete graphics. Now, the new Intel HD 4000 graphics that are built in are better than last year's built-in graphics on the 13-inch Pro, so that's a plus. But you're not getting anything more powerful than that, and you don't have any sort of quad-core upgrade option. Basically, anything that would scream super-powered Pro is not in this model. Now, with the $1499 version, you can bump up to a slightly larger hard drive, more RAM, and a dual-core Core i7 processor, but the upgrade options after that are pretty limited. And for the same price, $1199, you can now get a 13-inch MacBook Air. Sure, that's got a lower capacity SSD drive. Sure, that doesn't have optical. And sure, it doesn't have as many ports or Ethernet, but it performed in our tests pretty equivalently, close enough that we call them about the same. And maybe you chalk that up to a faster SSD on the MacBook Air, but the bottom line is the experience is pretty similar and the battery life is better on the 13-inch Air. This is a year where it feels like this is a tweener product. If you want something more powerful, that's a Mac, look at the 15-inch MacBook Pro, which has a quad-core processor, NVIDIA graphics, a much faster and more powerful machine, or if you have $2,000 to drop, take a look at that Retina display MacBook Pro if you dare. But if you want something portable and you're looking 13-inch, you probably want to take a look at that 13-inch Air. I'm Scott Stein, and that's a look at the 2012 13-inch MacBook Pro.